What's up, A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live. This is a post-game show where the Titans looked really good on prime time on Thursday Night Football, beating the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field 27-17, where the Titans offense showed up big time tonight in the air and on the ground by a lot of different players, and we got a lot to break down here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm Austin Stanley. That is Zach Bingham. We do this every Titans game day, pregame, halftime, and postgame show. So make sure you get locked in here and you share the show all over the social media that you're watching on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You can also find all the segment by segment on our Twitter timeline. Also check out Instagram and TikTok. But Zach, before we get going here, I got to talk about all of our great sponsors. This is the Barton Insurance postgame show. Barton Insurance is Middle Tennessee's premier insurance provider for both personal, home, and auto coverage, plus small to mid-sized businesses. Barton Insurance Group, LLC.com is where to go. Also appreciate our other great sponsors, Crumble Cookies. Download that Crumble Cookie app and bless someone you love with a Crumble Cookie gift card too this holiday season. BetMGM. I want all the bets tonight. You guys can too with code ATOZ Sports. Risk-free bet up to $1,000. And Buddy Allen Carpet One, giving you free in-home measures and estimates at Buddy Allen Carpet One Nashville.com, plus MrGoodRoof.com for your roofing, gutter, and window specialist. Zach, should I start taking my Austin Hooper victory lap now, or should I let you react to that Titans beatdown of the Green Bay Packers 27-17, where a lot of things happened today for the Titans offense? It's a big moment. The Titans are 7-3.
Let's get the Hooper thing out of the way. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and move forward.
All right, Austin Hooper. I've been saying ever since the Titans beat the Colts in Nashville on October 23rd, I said Austin Hooper was unlocked in this Titans offense, and he will have a consistent impact in this offense, and he's done it again tonight with 4 catches, 36 yards, 2 touchdowns that were really the big factor, and he's been really good when Ryan Tannehill's been quarterback. 56 yards in that game against the Colts that unlocked him in this offense. He had 34 receiving yards with Malik Willis at quarterback against the Chiefs, 41 and some big third down conversions against the Broncos, and then he did 2 touchdowns tonight. Austin Hooper is unlocked, and he's having a big impact on this passing offense, and there's zero denying that now.
Yeah, thank you, John, for making this a little bit easier. Give me $5 in my pocket. Nice little pocket change for me saying that Austin Hooper is officially unlocked.
Oh, yeah, baby. You seem kind of down right now, Zach. I mean,
it doesn't make any sense. Well,
the Titans are 7-3. They just whooped up on Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau and made him look bad a few times tonight. And the Titans did a lot of big-time things that I think we can really look forward to seeing moving forward.
Oh, no, I'm not down at all. I'm still in the Hooper disbelief, but I'll get past that real quick. And, credit to Hooper. He caught that football in the end zone. He caught the pass from Derrick Henry. He had some big catches. And, he kind of showed what you said in training camp, that he could be efficient and effective in what we talked about this morning. So credit to number 81. I'll fall on the Titans sword there from earlier. But I will take a victory lap because it is a hell of a time to have a fantasy night with Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and Treylon Burks. I had to start all 3 of those guys tonight, and I was scared to death. Derrick Henry, multi-touchdown game. Ryan Tannehill, over 300 yards passing, multi-touchdown game, plus the pick. And Treylon Burks, a career high, 111, make a wish, 111 yards with that big booming play at the very end. Yeah. He kind of started the game with a huge play, and he ended the game with a huge play. So Treylon Burks, that's a refreshing note. It's like it's a palate cleanser tonight, right? You finally see a Titans offense that really met the expectations that we thought maybe they could get to at one point during the season before the season started. And then week after week after week after week, it was bland football, no passes, 3 and out. Malik Willis can't throw. All of these things, and the culmination on prime time We talked about the redemption in the pregame. They were going to have to redeem themselves from the embarrassing loss to the Bills, the overtime loss when they had everything in their hands in the first half in Kansas City. And they come in there and they whooped that ass. There is no other way to say what needs to be said. The Tennessee Titans completely and utter dominated the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers was off. The defense for the Titans was on, disrupting passing lanes, like making it hard for that Packers offense. Even when they caught the ball, they would do a very good job of tackling. But I did not think I was going to say this. This is the Titans offense night. This is it is their take a bow moment because they were stellar on a lot of facets. And here's something else, Austin. We got to kind of compliment Todd Downing. I did see a lot of really creative, good play calls. We talked about designing plays for Chig, taking risks, and having the right plays on short yardage. Look, he didn't work on 4th and 1 after that 18-play drive, but they got redemption. I love the Treylon Burks pass right before the 2-minute warning because you got nothing to lose.
Why not? Right?
Look, I would get rid of the screen passes to Swaim, but besides that, this was a good night for Todd Downing, who takes a lot of criticism from the Titans fan base, our chat, and Austin and Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. And you always go through all these positives about the Titans scoring 27 points. Like they had 14 in the first half and then 13, 2 touchdowns, the missed extra point. That's pretty even, right there for a team that has struggled so much in the second half when it comes to scoring. Let's see, more lunch money for Sam. RJ the fourth gives Sam that $4.99. Burks unlocked and sweet revenge next Sunday. Yeah, that's right. Well, 2 Sundays from now, because the Titans do have the Cincinnati Bengals coming to Nissan Stadium after the mini bye. So this is a big night, Zach. I think it's impressive because it's the stair step of the redemption, like you said, blown out against Buffalo, winning with Derrick Henry, almost winning with Derrick Henry and great defense in Kansas City, and now putting the entire package together. Zach, we already knew the Tennessee Titans are a playoff team, and they're going to play a home playoff game because they're going to win the AFC South.
That team can win a playoff game. I have not said that the entire season, Austin, but that team tonight, the way they played, that can win a playoff game. What we saw tonight can win a playoff game. What they've showed us in previous weeks cannot. But if they play like they did tonight with Robert Woods involved, your boy Hooper, Chig, Burks with over 100, Derrick Henry running the rock, Ryan Tannehill. Look, he made the mistake, but there was so much good around that singular mistake, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and again,
I did not think I was going to say that.
This type of performance is what you want to see as you get closer to the holidays. Now it's starting to get put together. The offense is getting healthier. Now, Ben Jones needs to clear concussion protocol, and some of that will fall into place, but the offense is getting into a rhythm. You like what you're seeing with the play caller, the quarterback, the running back, the O-line, and all the weapons outside making plays and catching the football. Was there a drop tonight by the Titans pass catchers? No, everybody caught the ball.
No, well, I know there wasn't one for Burks because he was catching everything that was thrown to him.
Yeah. Yeah, no drops. I mean, there were some incomplete passes, but not that many. I mean, Tannehill had 5 incompletions all night. A couple of them, he threw them away. And so pretty incredible overall performance by the Titans. Let's get the chat involved because we got a lot of people in here and we appreciate that watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like on that show because we can always use that. More likes on the show. We're going to ask you guys this question right now. What is one word to describe this Titans win over the Green Bay Packers? What is one word to describe this Titans win over the Green Bay Packers? But Zach, tell us about our great post-game sponsor, the Barton Insurance Group.
Yeah, Barton Insurance Group is a great sponsor of this post-game show. We got a lot of people watching. We got a lot of people listening. Well, listen up. Middle Tennessee's premier insurance provider for both personal, home, and auto coverage and small to mid-sized businesses. That's Barton Insurance Group, LLC.com. This is personal. You talk about a personal win. This is personal. You can literally call right now or tomorrow and check up 615-806-1265. Call Adam or Brian and they can hook you up and change your insurance policy. Unlike most insurance agencies, Barton Insurance Group, 100% local right here in Middle Tennessee, owned independently, which you don't see, I feel like, these days. And they will partner with, and they have, with dozens of insurance companies to make sure that they give you the best coverage at the best rate. You hear me talk about that a lot during the week? Well, I'm telling you about it now. That's Barton Insurance Group, LLC.com, a proud sponsor of this postgame show.
All right, we've asked what's one word to describe this Titans win over the Packers, and my goodness, there are a ton of comments, and I'm trying to scroll to the top. I'm just going to have to stop here. Devin says aerial. Creed says pass. Jared says complete. Tyler just says different. Ryan says grit. Josh says control. Manny on Facebook says impressive. Zook, my guy, unlocked. Everybody's unlocked, Zach. Everybody's unlocked. You asked the question this morning on our Thursday morning show, who needs to be unlocked most? Is it Hooper? Is it Chig? Is it Woods? We put Burks aside. I'll tell this, nobody's locked. The whole damn offense is unlocked right now, Zach. So that's a great one word. If I give out the love of the show, I would give it out to Zook, who says unlocked. Captain says convincing. Steve says satisfaction in prime time. Dominant coming from Jonathan. Satisfying from DeMario. Burks from Chisholm. Sending a message, says Ethan. Coming. Unlocked, says Deshaun Washington. Nick going with hopeful. Grit. Unlocked. I'm just going to keep going through and finding all the unlocked answers. So many great answers from all of you guys here watching. Too many for me to read. But Zach, I'll toss it over to you. Is your word unlocked? Because it probably could be.
My word is not unlocked. It is, and I think you said it maybe early on. This is complete. This is a complete win all around. The Titans scored more points than they have all season long. Complete first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. This is complete on all fronts. Defensively, Jeffrey Simmons got a sack there at the end. They harassed Aaron Rodgers. They tackled in the open field. They did such a good job running the football, passing the football. Tannehill showed his toughness. And honestly, it felt like his ankle wasn't that big of an issue, which I think is a breath of fresh air to a lot of Titans fans. Austin, we have not seen this all year long. This is a complete win. And I bet you Vrabel is saying those type of words that the chat said, that I just said, that you're probably about to say to this team in the locker room. They went on the road in prime time to Lambeau Field, and they took care of business in a complete win.
Yeah, it was great. I did see a couple quotes from Mike Vrabel talking about a team win. Zach, my word is proof. We've got proof now that this Titans team can do some stuff, right? We've got proof that Todd Downing knows how to call a good game. We've got proof that Treylon Burks is a deep threat twice. 43-yard catch, 51-yard catch. That's great. We've got proof that Austin Hooper is unlocked. We've got proof that Bobby Trees and NWI can make those tough catches over the middle to convert first downs. We've got proof that Derrick Henry is still a beast. We've got proof that Ryan Tannehill can still throw some dimes. He made a mistake with the interception, but that's okay. And we've already proven the Titans defense. But you've got proof that this team as a whole can do actual damage in this league. If you look around the NFL, like I'll quote Tom Brady from a month and a half ago, there's a lot of bad football teams, a lot of bad football being played. How many penalties did the Titans have tonight? Not many.
Not many.
How about 2 for 20 yards? And you know what? You know what
Hold. They had the hold. And
No, they're both of them were on kickoff returns. So you got proof that your offense and your defense can play clean, aggressive, physical football, penalty free. Now, the thing with proof is that now we get to do what, Zach? We get to raise that standard because we just saw them blow up the Packers on primetime on Amazon Prime, national TV, raise that standard. The bar is up here. The Titans are 7-3. Why not? Why not build on top of this? Proof for this game tonight.
That team that we saw tonight can win a playoff game. And you're right. That's proof that they have that in them. That's proof that Treylon Burks, I mean, John Robinson has probably been, up late at night, sweating when he didn't want to sweat because Burks hadn't done a damn thing. And I didn't see A.J. Brown on Twitter tonight. I will say I didn't see him. I didn't hear him.
He probably dropped it in the toilet or something after his one catch for 7 yards.
But probably A.J. Brown would have been on Twitter if the roles were reversed and the Packers won 27-17 and they handled their business like the Titans did. So, Treylon Burks, that was a little coming out party because Austin, I think Burks tonight, and we'll look, this is kind of bittersweet. And I hate that word, but it actually fits with what I'm about to say. Is we get tonight to react instantly, but we only get one day tomorrow until the weekend. The primetime games, like usually you get a Sunday and you get 5 days or 3 real big days. So this is an extended bye, as they say, because they play on Thursday Night Football. But there's so much to unpack. But the first piece of luggage that you open is Treylon Burks, because tonight's performance solidified all the film that we watched of Arkansas after he was drafted, saying, what could he do? All of those practices that you and Sam attended in training camp and saw performances like tonight at St. Thomas Sports Park, they became real. And that is proof in a complete win. And what a big day for number 16 in the first round draft pick.
I'm going to get the Treylon Burks in a second, but Nate says A.J. Brown left his phone on Chris Frazier's nightstand. I'm sorry. That's just really funny.
Who said? Uh-oh.
You can mute yourself, Zach, if you got a call.
Oh, no, it's not worth it. Who said that? They're getting the love of the post game.
Nate Johns,
because if you watch this show, and you should, we do this every morning at 8 a.m. and we have this type of fun.
Oh,
that was a hilarious comment.
That was so good. Well, so many people just
hope the chat probably doesn't hope this, but you hope Chris Frazier doesn't disappear like Hibachi did after the second Saints loss.
I can just feel Chris Frazier's anxiety right now after that comment. My goodness.
He may have turned the caps lock off right there.
But on Treylon Burks, though, for real, because on Tuesday, remember I was like, I think Treylon Burks is good. It's like you think you see these good things and you're like, oh, against the Broncos, they motion to the right. They run an underneath slant. He catches it, physical after the catch, makes a play. You just want to see more of that. And they threw him the ball, 8 targets, 7 catches, 111, throwing it down the field. And he made plays with defenders on him. Now it's just give this guy the confidence. His second game back after the turf toe, he looks fast. He looks strong and ready to roll. I mean, I think this is the Treylon Burks we thought we would see play for the Titans the first couple months of the season. His career and rookie season has been derailed twice, once by asthma, the second time by turf toe. And I think we're getting the real Treylon Burks when it comes to what he can be as a football player tonight.
Yeah. And, I was surprised how well he is running, and it doesn't seem to be favoring the turf toe, right? So that IR stint really has helped him. But what a performance by 16. That's going to make you feel good if you're the Tennessee Titans as a whole.
Absolutely. A to Z Sports here live. Spencer says Hollister would have made those same plays. I didn't really see many. Cody Hollister, 0 targets tonight. How about that?
Cody Hollister was on the sidelines when he should have been on the field on the miscommunication where they had to burn a timeout. It sounded like with the personnel problem.
Right. But again, overall, you see Robert Woods and Burks combined for 15 targets. That's what it's supposed to look like, like those two guys are supposed to get the most targets, and they had the most catches because they combined, Zach, for 13 catches for 170 yards, 180 yards. That's what you want to see from your outside weapons that can step up and make plays down the field, because it makes everything else work better.
So I want to talk about 3 guys that we're probably not going to talk about, right? At least on tomorrow's show, we'll probably diagnose this. Again, 8 a.m. If you're watching right now, this is the Barton Insurance Group live Titan post-game show. We do this at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll recap the game. 3 guys.
Okay.
Hilliard out of the backfield is becoming pretty savvy for Ryan Tannehill. That trust factor is at 100, and Hilliard didn't have to do anything the rest of the game. He did his damage early. NWI, 2 catches, 28 yards off 2 targets with a long of 19, and that 19 hard yards. Very good for NWI. And Chig, 1 catch, 1 big play for 31 yards. They targeted him twice, but the 31-yard pass and catch, that's the type of stuff that Chig brings to the table that we talked about that led our show this morning. Those 3 guys that we hadn't even talked about the real meat of what this win was and why it was, I really got to take my hat off to Hilliard, to NWI, and Chig. They impacted the game the way that they should, which is not like being the superstar, but making the plays that they needed to make.
And I think, too, the Chig catch down the sideline was really in a big moment, right? Because the Titans come out at halftime. They're up by 8. Green Bay goes down and kicks a field goal. You get a stop, so it's a 5-point game. And then all of a sudden, you're sitting there at 2nd and 7, needing to answer Aaron Rodgers so you don't give him the ball back with a chance to go up and build on a lead. And then, boom, Chig catches a beautiful throw by Tannehill for 31 yards on the sideline, corrals the football, comes down in bounds, holds on to the catch, and the Titans go down, and that's when Derrick Henry threw a 3-yard touchdown pass to Austin Hooper. So big moment there.
Good play call from Todd Downing right there.
Which one?
The Derrick Henry pass.
Yeah, it was great.
It
was perfect. It was really good.
It was a great time to do that type of thing when you you needed points and you got points.
Yeah, and Mike Conley brings up 55 Brewer, and I saw a lot of other comments. I'm trying to scroll up to them, but I'm not going to be able to find them. But Aaron Brewer deserves a lot of credit for how well he played tonight at center in for Ben Jones. Aaron Brewer's been a topic of criticism for a lot of the season because, having a left guard that's a little light in the rear end, getting pushed back into your quarterback is not any good. But Aaron Brewer played really well tonight. Overall, 0 bad snaps, 0 penalties. He's had 5 holds so far on the season, 0 penalties, 0 bad snaps. I mean, that's pretty incredible for a backup player or a backup center in a tough spot like that, because the Packers got some dudes up front on defense.
The Packers got some dudes, but I do, before we get to Tannehill and grades, 2 things. For everybody joining, I've already said Hooper is unlocked. So for those joining late, you can go back to the beginning of the show. If we officially do that, we get that out of the way. Austin takes his victory lap and we move forward. Yeah. Second thing is, the Packers are not a very good football team. And this is not to diminish the Titans win. That was earned. That was well done by the Titans on all facets, on the road in a cold Lambeau Field. But the Packers are not good. They got big problems. Defensively, they have issues. And what they did is they are one-sided. They sold out for the run. Derrick Henry still had almost 100 yards. He didn't have 100 yards.
No, yeah.
But so they sold out for the run, and that's why Tannehill passed for over 330 yards, right? And then offensively, Aaron Rodgers was either making bad throws or they were dropping the football. And they were playing from behind, so they couldn't establish a run, really. And you can't establish a run against the Titans defense because the Titans run defense is so damn good. So all of these things kind of collided. I thought it was going to be a closer game. I didn't think the Titans were going to win by 10 in a runaway victory, right? But the Packers are not a good football team. I think more importantly, I think the Titans showed us tonight how good they can be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Titans, they've covered 8 straight spreads, and they've won outright as underdogs a couple times. The only loss in the last 8 games is the overtime loss to the Chiefs with a backup rookie quarterback who's not ready yet. I think it's pretty nuts of where this team was at 0-2 mid-September to where they're at now at 7-3, being a legit contender.
And the dust will settle tomorrow, but W. Calnan says, look, the injuries, they stacked up. Tart got, pounded in that hammy, right? That's helmet to hammy crime right there. Autry going to the locker room with the knee. Fulton with a re-injured hamstring, which is never good. Now you get the extended bye to try to get healthy, but this is a team already without Bud Dupree, right? For, some time. Simmons did play, but you could tell he was, Simmons was not 100%. And then at the end, he kind of got that redemption with the sack, but they do have to get healthy. But offensively, the offensive line, getting more healthy if Ben Jones can get back from concussion protocol. Robert Woods, Treylon Burks. Eventually, you're going to get back Kyle Phillips. You got Derrick Henry, Hilliard, Hooper, Chig. The offense is healthy, right?
Yeah.
That's a good sign heading into a stretch where you're about to play the Bengals and then, the Eagles on the horizon.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of guys, and I'm sure we'll talk a lot more once we go back and be able to hear some of what's being said in the locker room right now. Buck Rising is live in the locker room right now up in Green Bay. So we'll have a lot more reaction on that tomorrow. But Zach, let's go ahead.
I don't know if this is right real quick. Zach Light says Derek said Vrabes came up with that play. And I assume he's talking about the pass play. I don't know. He paid $2 for that. Now I'm intrigued though. Zach Light, you got my light on to now after this is a live reaction show. Afterwards, that's where we can go do a little research to say that was a good play call. Hooper was open. It fooled everybody. It had flashbacks of Henry to, I'm going to say it on the show, Corey Davis in Baltimore in the playoff game, and they got that touchdown when they needed it.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll through my Titans media feed, and I don't necessarily see anything that flat out says that it was Vrabel, but doesn't mean that comment's incorrect. But and Reggie says that's a Vrabel play if you think about it. Yeah, Mike Vrabel is a defensive player who's caught 12 touchdowns in the NFL. Maybe so. A to Z Sports here live on this postgame show. Titans 7-3 after they beat the Green Bay Packers 27-17. It is time to grade Ryan Tannehill. We've talked a lot about his weapons. Let's grade the quarterback. We always grade Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis, whoever the starting quarterback is for the Titans every post game. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies, there's a location near you. I guarantee it. There's one right down the street from me. And you guys can take advantage of a rotating menu with over 175 different flavors that change out every week, made fresh daily. They're incredible, unbelievable, creative flavors, but also the classics as well. It's that holiday season. Zach, I know you said you've already been to several Friendsgivings. Well, if you got more Friendsgivings coming up, you can bring some Crumble Cookies. How about that? Crumble Cookies for your friends.
I got 2 more Thanksgivings. I've already had 2 plus leftovers. I'm going to be at 5.
Well, here you go. You've got a million different flavors at Crumble to go choose from. You can bring different flavors to different Friendsgivings and not have to complain about the same menu. Or you could stock that stuffing this holiday season with a Crumble Cookie gift card. It's easy for you when you download the Crumble Cookie app right there. Grading Ryan Tannehill, I will go ahead and go through his box score real quick. Tannehill was 22 of 27, threw for 333. That's 12.3 yards per attempt, which is really strong. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, sacked 3 times, quarterback rating of 127. What is everybody saying about Ryan Tannehill's performance and grade tonight?
Let's start with Dylon Coltrane, which I love this name. Dylon Coltrane.
Is that not just like Dylan Cole?
Nope. That's Dylon. Dylon. Is a 91 when you were in grade school, was that an A?
It depends on if it was a standard class, an honors class, or an AP class.
We'll do standard.
I don't know. Is at Green Bay in Lambeau on prime time in snow flurries and 25-degree weather. It's at least an honors class.
So what's above an honors?
AP. So where you get college credit. I guess you didn't take many of those.
I didn't take a damn one of those. I was too busy questioning the teachers or what they were teaching me. So, yeah, let's go honors with that. The Packers aren't a great team, but I go honors. Does 91?
Yeah, it's an A. It's in the A range. It might be an A minus, but it's in the A range.
So we're going to go through a string of Howlin' Wolf.
Ben says that's an A in a state school.
Ole Miss, Tennessee here, right? So we're SEC. We're not Harvard, okay?
No, we knew what we were getting into.
Howling Wolf goes A. Rooney also goes A. A from Danny. Connor Kills says A+. Cataroo says A minus from Adam. Jamar goes with H. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's a mistype. A from KC. Tank goes A minus from William Young. B+ from Eric. Isaac. So Dylon clears it up. It is an A for a 91. Isaac says A minus. Teddy Wap A+. John Foster with an A. AJB says A+. Solid A from RJ. Andrew Frill says A+. A minus from Chopper. Ray Les says A minus. Trevor goes A minus from DJ. A minus from Manny. We've got a couple of A's from Christopher and Jay and Mark and Daniel and G-Man on base and Colby. A minus coming in from that's Spanish. I'm just gonna ruin it, so I'm not even gonna say it. But A minus right there. Jacob says A minus. So look, we're in the and there's a ton of comments because we're close to 1,000 people in here. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of A's, and I don't think that the chat is wrong. Do you?
The interception, and then the 3rd and 1 late hesitated run where he got crushed, that brings me from an A to an A minus. I think
that bowl over is what you want in a quarterback. It's not the smartest thing, but the want and desire to get to the sticks does have value in this honors class.
That's one of those where, like, my old high school coach would be like, I appreciate you and everything, but don't do that anymore for Ryan Tannehill. The interception, I thought, was an interesting moment. Now, the Titans defense was just incredible because they held the Packers 3 plays, -2 yards and a punt right after the interception. And I don't think the Packers barely got a first down the rest of the game after the pick. But you thought where the Titans could really pile it on if Tannehill didn't get picked off, because they were moving, they were across into Packers territory inside the 35-yard line. It was 2nd and 1. You thought if you could just put your foot on the Packers' throat by just getting more points, if you get more points on that drive, a field goal or touchdown, then it is over. And Tannehill allowed the game to still be extended by that bad decision, bad throw. If it wasn't going to get picked off by Douglas, who made a nice play, it was going to get picked off by the corner who was Treylon Burks because the throw was too backside hip there too. So I think, all in all,
or Trailing?
Treylon Burks on the hip. So I think A minus is the correct grade.
I've got to get an A, and here's why it's an A. Here's my case.
Okay.
Austin. Think about the throws. Yeah, it's the interception. That's why he's not going to get an A+. But I'm just going to go through off the top of my dome the throws that Ryan Tannehill made with his arm. I'm in no order. You got 2 to Treylon Burks, deep
Yeah.
ball beauties. Deep ball beauties. You also have another one, the NWI slant that was called pass interference early in the game. Tight window.
Yeah, good throw.
Chig, good throw.
Yep.
Austin Hooper on the sideline, good throw. Austin Hooper in the end zone, good throw. That's 6, okay? And, Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 22 times. So you have 6, and that's just off the top of my head, of really, really good throws that ended up impacting the game in a positive way. That's why he gets an A on my test. That's an A performance by number 17. And I say this, and I've said this a couple of times during this post-game show, if Ryan Tannehill plays like that in the playoffs, the Titans will win a playoff game. They will.
I don't even think you need that much. I think if Ryan Tannehill's at a B+.
Well, I say that because you're gonna play better competition.
I know, I get what you're saying there. And but again, then Brent brings up Brent Woods on Facebook, the Hilliard touchdown was a good throw.
So now we're at 7. I think that's a fair comment. That was the right read, the right throw, and touchdown.
Yeah, and
7 out of 22 really good throws.
I'm going to nitpick you, though. You did count the pass interference throw to NWI that technically didn't count. So, that's 7 of 23 completions.
Right, but that was a really
it was great. No. It was a great throw. It was a great throw.
It was a great catch, too, by NWI.
No doubt. This is the first time we've seen Ryan Tannehill and Todd Downing truly be a cohesive OC quarterback combo. You felt like they were on the same page when it comes to play calls, when to take gambles and shots, when to be safe, and when to get creative and when to just be you, right? And that's be you, as in 4th and 1 on the 4-yard line. Be you. Give it to Derrick Henry and live with the result. They got stuffed, but nobody's complaining about that.
Austin, I look here. I'm here trying to convince you to give him an A. He's only a couple of weeks removed from a high ankle sprain. He did
he's
all
still
of
dealing
that.
with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got that gives credit. That pushes him up from that A- to an A. I mean, what he was dealing with, that back leg. And for all the deep balls that we hadn't seen all year, to do that after the high ankle sprain, I give credence to that.
Yeah, again, I'm an A-. Whenever
it's
you
not good enough.
It's totally fine. It's the best grade he's had all season. I don't think either of us have given Tannehill an A this year. I mean, he played well in Washington.
This well. Yeah.
He played well. Again, well is like the B+. He played well in Indianapolis when they put up 24 points in the first half. So I think, I think this is his best play or best game by far, is an A-. He threw a bad pick. It's a bad pick, however you look at it. I have to dock him for that.
It didn't turn it into points.
So it extended the game.
No harm, no foul.
I still, it's a bad pick. Like, if he does,
didn't do anything.
I know they got away with it because the defense stepped up, but I still think it's an A-. It's a great performance.
That's why he didn't get an A+. Yeah, that's my doc. But he inches up for all the things that he did and is dealing with. And look, I'm going to save this take. It's not really a take, but it's an opinion. And I got plenty of them. But I'm going to save this for tomorrow about how one offensive player should feel. That's all I'll say.
Could you be more vague?
Nope. That's about as vague as I'm going to be.
How one Titans player should feel.
I didn't say it. Who knows?
Open it up.
Who knows? Who knows?
No, again, this is a big time performance. Like, I think overall the Titans, when you just look at it, what'd they do here? They did everything Mike Vrabel wants except for win the turnover battle. And they lost it 1-0 when they were up 10 points, right?
Yeah, rushing the football in QBR.
Yep. Tannehill had a better QBR than Rodgers. The Titans overall only ran for 88 yards. Not great. But the Packers only ran for 56. Packers couldn't do anything. And I thought that was overall the defense was suffocating. It wasn't like they made some incredible plays because they only sacked Aaron Rodgers once. There were times where they couldn't get enough pressure on Rodgers there in the first half. I guess both touchdown drives, they couldn't get pressure on Rodgers that much, but they made good tackles in the open field and didn't allow for explosive plays to become worse.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Well, look, before we get out of here, a couple of things. Obviously, tomorrow morning we'll be live at 8 a.m. Like the show before you go, but also subscribe to the channel. We are churning our way to 10,000 subscribers. We'd like to hit that. That's with your help with this audience. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and like the page. We appreciate you guys. And special thanks to Barton Insurance Group. They are the title sponsor of this postgame show. And they got the hookup locally right here in Middle Tennessee, 615-806-1265. You can call Adam or Brian. They're right there on call. Barton Insurance Group, LLC.com. Erie Insurance is included in that. I've got Erie Insurance. I love my Erie Insurance. It has saved me in a lot of ways. I get a great rate with Erie Insurance. That's the type of providers that Barton Insurance can provide to you. That is Barton Insurance Group, LLC.com.
I will say it's going to feel good waking up on a victory Friday for Titans fans, knowing that they've got enough time to get healthy, because there are some important injuries that you want to see guys and how they respond to over this miniature bye. Jeffrey Simmons needs some time for that ankle to get stronger. Christian Fulton needs time for his hamstring to heal. Elijah Molden couldn't go tonight because of the groin injury. Bud Dupree, Danico Autry, and there's a lot of Amani Hooker. They need Amani Hooker back pretty much as well. So they got to get some guys healthy, and I think they can do this before they get into that Bengals game at the end of this month, and then in December when they can really start to push for something, because the Titans are right there in it. They're in it for not just the 3 or 4 seed. They're in it for more than that. So this is a big time win tonight for the Titans overall. In Green Bay.
Stranglehold on the AFC South. One more step to the playoffs. Any
parting comments before we hang it up for the night?
I'll save those to open up the show tomorrow.
Sounds good. We've got a lot of great coverage coming on our YouTube channel, on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We'll see how long Twitter lasts. And then if anything drastic happens overnight, but we will talk to you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So we just got about 9 hours before we see you guys again. So I hope you all get some good sleep. Talk to you on a Friday morning. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. See you soon. Appreciate it as always.